Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're now outside Carmelio's, and Ged has just had some shock news that City have lost in a 5-goal thriller.
Well,
against a big team like Cardiff City.
Games, mate. We're not going to draw any games.
yeah, City dominated the game, and unfortunately, we've conceded off.
You dominated but lost.
2 of the 3 goals were off set pieces that Joe Hart should have done better with. To be fair, we weren't company missing.
He's a poor keeper, Hart.
Dominated the game.
He's a poor keeper.
Unfortunately,
he's a poor keeper.
We conceded off 2 stupid.
So 5 goals, 5-goal thriller, but you lost.
There are 3 goals against them in the play.
You're playing against Cardiff City.
3 breakaways.
You're playing against Cardiff City.
Yeah, but it's the first game back in the top 5 for 57 years.
Do you know anything about football, really?
I'm the Oracle. I am the Oracle.
I mean, you're wearing your Man City tie now.
I am the Oracle of the North West.
Here's a Man City tie, is it? You're not switched allegiances. Man City. So what do you think about the season then, for the forthcoming season?
Well, City will win the league.
City going to win it? You think they really will?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a bad setback today. If you can get beat by Cardiff.
Between City and Chelsea.
If you can get beat by Cardiff, what chance have you got of winning the league?
City and Chelsea, but I've got no doubt.
You can't really see United or Chelsea losing to Cardiff, can you?
No. Well,
that's the question you have to ask.
First game, their first home game in the top flight, live on Sky, their cup final, you know.
That's the question you have to ask. Their cup final and their victory, isn't it?
But they've scored 3 breakaways. You know. We've dominated the game. You can't always legislate, you know.
You can't dominate the game, Ged, and concede 3 goals.
Well, we've dominated.
Well,
87 minutes.
I mean, fair play to you. I did ask you before, well, start of last season, how City were going to do, and you did say they'd win everything. You got the league championship right 2 seasons ago, actually, not last season. They did win the championship, so fair play to you. And you were correct about Barack Obama being re-elected for a 2nd term.
Yeah.
Well, that was just...
I'm never wrong, am I?
That's 2 items you've been correct on in 30 years. I've been asking you these questions. Two matters you've been correct on.
I've got more than that right, to be fair.
Hey, that's all you've ever been correct on.
As he's trying to get a car seat out, it's not working.
So, the question now is, do you really know anything, or do you know nothing?
Can you go away?
No, I know everything. I am the Oracle.
Okay, then we'll move on to the political front.
Yes. Election in 2 years.
Do you know any questions about
David Cameron is going again for re-election. Do you think he'll win this time?
No, I think Labour will be backing up with
So you think Labour will actually win next election? With Ed Miliband in charge?
Yes, to be fair, I didn't rate him at first, but he's impressed me the last couple of years.
Have you got a drink?
You think he'll win the election for Labour? I can't see that myself. I can't see it. I can't see that.
So what? Get rid of this disease coalition, though.
Well, your prediction is
a
Labour victory. What do you think about UKIP and Nigel Farage?
No,
I think he's a highly entertaining man.
I think they're flashing the pan.
He's highly entertaining.
Flashing the pan. Just like...
I can't really see him, Ed Miliband, winning anything really, to be honest.
They're flashing the pan.
I don't think it's down to personality. I think that in politics, leaders win elections, not policies necessarily.
I don't think Cameron's a good leader. You know, he's not won. The Tories haven't won an election since 1996.
It's all down to the personality of the leader.
Did you know that? They've not won an election since 92.
Well,
they didn't win the last election.
They did win.
They didn't win it, did they? So they've not won an election for 21 years.
They did win.
They didn't win the election.
They did win on the with the coalition.
No, but they didn't win it outright, did they? The Conservatives.
Not outright, but nevertheless.
The Conservatives have not won an election.
They are in government and in power.
Coalition, but they've not won an election for 21 years. And they're not likely to win the next election.
No, as I've mentioned, politics is all about leadership. People vote for leaders. They don't vote for policies. They're not concerned about policies. They're concerned about who is in charge of that party.
I think Cameron, I think he's a...
That's why Thatcher won.
I think Cameron's mediocre at best, you know. Don't rate him, so...
You don't rate Cameron at all?
No. I think he's been a disaster. Who? Cameron. Matthew's in.
Who's going to win Britain's Got Talent?
Well, Matthew has joined the conversation now to lower the tone. He is actually talking about Britain's Got Talent, whatever that is. What's that, Matthew? Is that?
He's going to win the next election. I'm saying Labour, overall majority. What do you think?
Doesn't matter who you vote for, the government always get him. So
Who's going to win?
I think the Tories are getting next.
He's not won the election.
Ed Miliband's enough. Mike hasn't voted since 1972.
He's not won an election for a generation.
I voted once.
People vote for personality, don't they? Never voted.
Yeah, it's all down to the political personalities. I enjoy watching Nicholas Farage myself. I think he's...
UKIP are like the BNP, aren't they? Fascists. They're flash in the pan.
No.
They're flash in the pan.
No.
Yeah. No, they're flash in the pan.
They're disown fascists, don't they? They're not...
Yeah, but they're flash in the
They're not
pan.
fascists.
You know what I mean? They'll have 5 good years.
You may have a point there. Here today, gone tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you may have a point. But in the meantime, I think it's Farage who makes that party. He's the person who people respect and enjoy. And I think that's a success. That's why they've had success. I'm going back to my previous point about leaders making a party. Without a good leader, you will never be successful in politics. And
Gordon Brown, that was a problem.
Gordon Brown was an absolute disaster.
I mean, they should have kept on the Blair.
Gordon Brown was the biggest disaster Labour have ever
Still in
had.
government if Blair had stayed.
He was a total disaster. An absolute disaster. What about England's manager, Roy Hodgson?
Personally, I don't rate him.
How do you think
Not the
he'll
man for the
cope?
job. Disaster.
Why, Jed? He's
Just a
not...
mediocre man. A mediocre manager.
Who's got to pick from?
He's not... Well...
His pool of English-born players is very, very sparse
Yeah,
now.
absolutely. But I still don't think he's...
Due to the foreign imports.
Still don't think he's the right man for the job. I think Harry Redknapp would have been a better bet.
Yeah, strange one that, Harry Redknapp.
But he's obviously a dodgy individual who didn't trust the FA.
Well, he was in tenure at Tottenham, and then he was, in the same season, he was due for promotion to the England job.
He got fired, didn't he?
All of a sudden he gets fired from Tottenham.
He got fired.
He's out of contention for the England job then. Anthony?
Well, the Chester Perkins thing, mate.
I don't know if Anthony's got any opinions or not.
Your opinions? Your next
I don't want my opinions. No, Pencer.
I've just been discussing.
It's pretty normal, isn't it, really?
I've just been discussing the next general election with Jed. Jed seems to think
Ed Miliband.
Ed Miliband will win. Can't see that one. So, John, I don't think John has an opinion. Do you, John?
What about you, Matthew?
Or Matthew has an opinion? You have an opinion, Matthew?
He's disappeared.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that concludes the open air discussion on politics and football.